Clifford the Small Red Puppy. Hi, I'm Emily Elizabeth, and this is Clifford, my big red dog. I like her name, Emily Elizabeth. Starts with E's. Yesterday, my friend Martha said, I got my dog from a fancy pet store. Where did you get yours? So I told her how I got Clifford. When I was little, I lived in the city, and I didn't have a dog. So see, she lives here. There's Emily Elizabeth. She had a very small yard in the city. They did have some plants. One day the man down the hall called us. His dog had puppies. He wanted to give me one. One puppy was smaller than the rest. The man said, Don't take him. He is the runt. He will always be small and sick. But I loved that little puppy. He needed me. See, there's the mommy, and then she has all her little puppies. A brown one, a yellow one, a white one, and a red one. I named my puppy Clifford. He was so tiny that I had to feed him with the doll's baby bottle. Look, see how little he is? She put his milk in there and his food to feed him. I like her toy crocodile over here. We got the smallest collar we could find for Clifford. See, there he is. He's little. And there's the small collar. And it was too big. And when he began to eat dog food, he had to watch him all the time. Because look, he'd try to get into the dish and he fell right in. He was so little that he was always getting lost, even in our small apartment. Oh, what do you think he is? Where is Clifford? There he is. This is oof, right there. Oof, he's in his shoe. He's in Emily Elizabeth's daddy's shoe. Daddy said Clifford was just too small. He didn't think he could live through the winter. I was very sad. So that's a little tear right there. There's Clifford. That night I told Clifford I wished he would grow to be a big, healthy dog. I told him I loved him. Next morning, he looked bigger to me. Look at this. Yeah, I think he is bigger. He is bigger. I like the room with all the colors. He seemed to have an easier time eating his dog food, and his collar wasn't so loose. In fact, by the time Daddy got home, the collar was too small. Look at him. He's just growing and growing and growing. And look at the dad's face. He's really puzzled. Like, whoa, he is growing. By bedtime, Clifford's tiny basket seemed a little too small for him. Look here. Emily Elizabeth has one eye on him here. She's looking. So I let him sleep on my pillow again. And she's looking at him. I think she liked that better. And I like her little top here. Tops are really fun to play with. That was a mistake. Oh my goodness, he's still growing. He pushed her off the bed. She just hung on by the sheet. Next morning, Mommy thought Clifford looked different. Daddy said, I think he's growing. And look, he has his bowl right in his mouth. He's hungry. The mom's a little puzzled. Boy, you are really growing. I decided to take Clifford for a walk. At the corner, I saw a big dog coming. I knew I should pick Clifford up so the big dog couldn't hurt him. See, here's the big dog. He has his teeth showing. I shouldn't have worried. Clifford really was growing. He ran home to show Mommy how big he was. Look, he was bigger than the big dog over here. He's still growing. I think he's taller than Emily Elizabeth. Had our apartment door grew smaller. Clifford is as tall as the door. Daddy couldn't believe it. We put Clifford in the garden to sleep that night. Oh no. In the morning, the lady upstairs called us. It was about Clifford. Look, he's so big now. See, he was here. And now he grew all the way up to the windows, probably next door, and he's looking. She's like, what's that looking in my window? In fact, all the neighbors were starting to notice him. Look, all the neighbors all the way back here. All this guy up here. The landlord called the police. They came to see Clifford. They said Clifford should have to go. But how? He couldn't go through the door. Look, the policemen are kind of like, okay, we'll just kind of walk by you. But they didn't know that Clifford is a really friendly, nice dog. They didn't know that. There was just one way to get him out of our garden. Oh my goodness. They had to take a crane and lift him up and put him in a big moving truck. And look, he was still too big for the moving truck. We sent him to live with my uncle, who lived in the country. Look, the guy in the car, he's looking. I was sad. I missed my little puppy, and he missed me. Clifford's got a little tear there. One day we got a surprise. My uncle wanted Daddy to come work with him in the country. We moved right away. Clifford was waiting for me. I said, Clifford, stop growing. You are just right. She gave him a big hug. Then he got moving, putting the boxes in. Even before she could put some boxes in, she ran over to Clifford. Oh, you know what? Clifford was behind the house. See his tail? He was probably waiting to surprise her. So I said to Martha, that's how I got my dog. Tell me again how you got your dog? Martha said, oh, forget it. Hope you enjoyed the story.